Well, GlamourLand really is a sort of continuation of my explorations into landscape. I think I sort of picked the Jurassic Coast because it's a landscape that's really unstable, and above all, I think while I was sort of looking at it, it appeared almost to have these anthropomorphic qualities, or that's something I brought to the landscape. I was really interested in that particular coastline for its graphic, cartoon-like qualities, and what I wanted to do was get involved with the landscape in a different way to normally recording or taking a portrait of a landscape, i.e. photograph or doing a sketch. Each time I go out into any of the landscapes that I choose, I sort of go on this, undergo what I call a shamanic journey. And it's a simple thing really. It involves me getting into a very altered state of consciousness, through meditative practice to a particular beat. So the process in creating GlamourLand is quite extraordinary really, and it's built on a number of layers. Firstly, I go down with Alison, my partner. It's a co-creation this, and we go down to the coast. We take, as we would do normally, take films, sketches, notebooks, but sort of analyse and make records of the vegetation and the plant life that is down there, because we want to incorporate that in the artwork, within the sculpture and within the portrait. So in a way, once we have created this landscape or sculpture, it is then colonised by the plants that are indigenous to that place. Now, the next thing that I would do is take a video recording of key features and elements, things that caught my eye, things that I thought graphically represented the place, and I take that footage back to the studio where I've recreated a one-to-one model of that, of the container, the chamber that I'm going to display the landscape in, and line that with paper. I then replay that footage, and at the same time wearing a set of gaming eyewear, and so I can't really see what is going on, and so I'm trying to go back into the sort of feeling and the emotion that I was first had when I was actually in the real landscape, and then reproduce that in a line drawing on the walls and floors of this chamber. And it's these forms that you're going to see when you look at the actual piece that are then blasted with copper or bronze or coal or jewels. So I want to represent this entire landscape inside a structure, but as really huge solid steel structure, something that's quite industrial, that almost sort of picks up a slice of that landscape. So when you walk around the outside, you've got this sort of rusting industrial, powerful geometric arrangement, and inside there's these sort of very contorted anthropomorphic shapes. So I wanted to work with Unanico because I wanted to also try and tease out some of the sort of features and the idea of the landscape and how that could, the spirit of the landscape, and I felt animation was really one great way to do this. It also is a fantastic thing in the way that the notion of the landscape comes to life at night, and the spirit of the landscape that you don't normally see during the day has a quality at night which is that was possible to bring out using animation. This whole thing combined within a box is a very powerful distillation and an idealisation of landscape that is really relevant to us now in 2011.